Yeah, speaking of starts, it's been a slow one for Team Pacman. Something we noticed in the previous map shift. 3 ARs they're running with.
Yeah, I mean, we often see just the normal 2-2 split. You get the chance to kind of identify different factions with different weapon types, but yeah, that really wasn't the case during the Echelon HQ. So
That is Echelon HQ.
Exactly.
That's wild. Such a close quarter map.
Yeah, I mean, very puzzling.
Again, ACR, I get it. Gives you a little bit of that sort of closer range ability to sort of win out gunfights, but man, I feel like you're disadvantaged there. We definitely have an SMG in the hands of Pentagram, who has not switched off that for the entire match so far, and he has been dynamic.
Been looking really solid, man, again. And I think the thing here for Team Pacman is, well, the shoot's on the opposite foot, right? Because in Vegas, it was an 0-2 start for Team X. They were able to pull back, but that was in a best of 7, so have to have it here. Big fight over the top of the B zone, and it really is just Pentagram at the moment. Help is on the way. Pueblito boost is able to come through right as the fight is taken, and the trades are good. Slack will be able to control this B point.
Yeah, they trade really nicely into that. I think Pentagram getting that early damage onto Pacman really sets it up. And again, a lot of this fighting going to be over that point B. Crimsix playing a bit more of an anchor role here, keeping A locked down.
I love this too. This is where the domination strategy starts to come into play. Krim is by himself over here.
Yep.
He's just trying to get information on who's crossing out of A and then funneling those players in towards B, saying that A is not an option here. You have to go for this B zone, and the rest of Team X is already prepared for it.
All quiet here for Krim. Spotting Jacob at long range. The ability to pick that up again. ACR, like really showing its versatility at long range as well as medium. Now I think Krim's going to be called in though, maybe to assist with that B take. It's going to be Sensor. Cuts him off though as he approaches. Chance for Pacman here to get a bit of a lead potentially.
Yeah, 2 holds, but the other curiosity point here is there going to be a preferred side? Would you rather have the A flag or the C flag? It looks like at the moment though, for Team Pacman, they are trying to get around the map, maybe try to get this A zone and flip the spawns around. Just not finding a ton of success. Team X still spawning in place, and now a chance with numbers to get back over and try to reclaim B.
Ace under the ghillie suit there, able to stand still long enough to clean up JCap. Not pressuring the point yet. Again, it's really just Ace. There's a couple of players coming in from his 6, and here they go. Pentagram off the spawn, though. It's going to be a while before he can really intervene on point B. We kind of hinted. We said this Team Pacman squad pretty good when it comes to these zone control types. It's going to be Pentagram again. JCap, that's a big one. Sensor able to respond at the very least, though. Pacman still hold B.
We're going to see, I think, a lot of that as we get more competitiveness. I mean, the TDK is not super quick, but it is fast enough to allow you to get into a gunfight. Pentagram styles, a little turn and burner. But in the end, still Team Pacman controlling this B zone very nicely. And now to a point where Team X, they are almost getting spawn trapped. They've got no bell tower control. They've got no mid ruins control. And they have to try to work around these tight quarters in the back just to even see the B zone.
Role swap here for Sensei.
Wow.
He's moved back over to that SMG. I know right now in challenges we see him on the rifle, but we know we can work it on the SMG. It's what we saw from him last time Team Pacman had their outing in their initial showcase here. And that's giving them this lead here. It's starting to get healthy, Pacman, right out in front.
And you can see the moves from Team X. They're giving up on this B zone play. They're going to split their efforts and try to get around the back over towards C. Good kills on the other side of the map, by the way. 3 down. So now a chance to neutralize C, maybe even grab an AC hold as the kills come out. And at the same breath, they're also stopping the progress here at B. The score for Team Pacman will start to stall if they lose control of B, but the kills do come through. They will at least hold on to 1 flag.
Yeah, Pentagram knew he was going to be dealing with some spawns in there, so was ready to get that incendiary drone fired off as soon as possible. Nice little moment there, but it takes more than that for Ace to really get back in this game properly. How quickly has Team Pacman been able to move into resonance here? Slack now already trying to wrest B control away from the leaders.
Yeah, Pueblito boost now for a couple of members of Slack pops, and we have 1:40 left on this half. Then we will stop, flip things around, and we'll go again for the same time limit. Nice moment, though, for Team X as they have good control at B. You're seeing good AR kills in the kill feed. That's happening over towards the A zone, and now Slack can just kind of hold here. You're going to get an early sense of the sonar goggles coming out as X is starting to build. Oh, actually only gets 1, so not the best case scenario, but at least there's good information for these defenders on the B flag.
Yeah, just could have had more of that information for longer. One thing that I guess Ace is going to wish he had back there. This is a really important opportunity. If Slack can hold this position, hold on to B, Axe also going to be moving to reinforce that position. Again, Crimsix playing the other extremity. He's going to lose out in that fight, and Pentagram playing through the middle part of the map here. Axe finding 2. That's big.
Keep in mind, under 60 seconds, every Ultra does not turn into, you can't hold it. You can't bring it into the next round. So you've got things like the Aegis that's really close for Crim in the top right, and then Slack has the Medico Supremo. You have to assume that there's going to be an opportunity to get over towards B, fight it out for this last 40 under the cover of all these Ultras.
It's going to have to happen now, though. The score's getting closer. Pacman, his team for a moment getting B back, but Team Aches are in control. Sonar Goggles going to be used from Team Pacman here. Aches definitely going to be ready for that. It's going to be Sensor with that Ultra in play. Him switching over towards Echelon now, hoping to make a difference. That's 2 for Aches here. It's going to be awfully close. B looks like it's going to be heading back into the hands of Team Aches. They're holding it for the time being with 20 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, not full neutralization for Team Pacman, so still 2 ticks of progress coming through every second for Team Aches. That's going to get them right back into essentially a tie game, and they're looking for neutralization on the 3rd flag. That gets denied, but with only 7 seconds left, there will be a lead swap here, just barely as we finish the first half out.
All right, we're getting what we asked for. No doubt about it, Shift. A close affair heading into the next half. 398 plays 395.
Slacked isn't a fan of certain game mechanic, and he's glad it hasn't made its way into XDefiant. Let's hear what he had to say.
A specific mechanic that really impressed me would probably be the fact that you cannot prone completely. I think in a lot of FPS shooters that I've played, being able to prone creates broken animations, and I like the fact that you can't do it in this game. It kind of makes the movement more, I would say, matched, and you really can't have those busted movement mechanics that a lot of people have had in other FPS shooters.
In a fast-paced game, you got to take the prone out of the mix. Seems to add to the fluidity and fidelity of the experience. Good to hear that from our players here as Team Aches obviously start this half with a lead.
Yeah, and Slacked is one of those guys, a lot of familiarity playing as the running gun sub player. Ooh, tough gunfight with JCap. But seeing the movement come out from the subs in particular, that's where you really get that fluidity that you're talking about.
We've seen some insane clips so far as well from people picking up the game in beta and showing us just what you can do with XDefiant's movement. Pretty impressive here. Speaking of impressive, Team Aches are extending that lead. They had Beto under intense scrutiny. 3 players there swarming over the entirety of Team Aches. Team Pacman have a chance here.
And that incendiary drone was so key towards trying to break this setup. Magstech barrier down. Crim's going to try to fight this essentially by himself. That's going to work out with a good assistance through the middle of the map. So once more, this B flag, so difficult to lock in for Team Pacman, and this lead continues to grow for Team Aches on the other side as they keep finding a way to reinforce and through mid.
Yeah, frustrating for JCap. He really can't find a way in right now with his little health as he has to deal with no mag barrier available. It's been caught by Pentagram. At long range, definitely favors JPack, but Pentagram had the drop on him. The MV7 can find a kill from a distance. Again, that cleaner passive really helps with those extra ticks.
I'll say that incendiary was definitely taken away while JCap was just delayed from being able to take the gunfight. Man, what a dominating start this has been from Team Aches. Again, 2-0 in the current map count. This is a must-win situation for Team Pacman, and they are currently having a lot of trouble, kind of in the same ways that we had seen from before, where everyone's kind of playing their own game. There's not a lot of team cohesion at the moment, and it's causing them to really see this lead just get growing faster and faster.
Team Pacman are running out of time to figure it out. Shift 584 and counting. C may be under a little bit of threat, but it's just Sensor giving it a tickle. See if he can sort of drive a little bit of action. He does see a player. Aches is trying to line him up on the other side of the truck. Grenade thrown towards his left. Aches moving to challenge. Sensor gets the better of it, though, and he's looking to clear C.
Yeah, as long as you can just get this to go neutral, that would be perfectly acceptable while the rest of your team tries to focus over towards B. Crim comes back to recapture the home flag, but in the meantime, no status change on B whatsoever.
That's
so you've got 2.5 minutes left, and now all of a sudden, the heat's really kicking up as Crim completely surprises one, goes back to the more traditional weapon, and the kills end up favoring Team Aches, getting to about over a 100-point lead.
Meanwhile, Pentagram playing gun game. And when he gets multiple eliminations here with different weapons, he's making sure he continues to be a factor here. And it feels like Team Pacman, they've run out of steam, they've run out of gas. Crimzic's able to get the wrap here on Enable, cut him down before he can get to the point. He'll also have that Aegis available if he needs it. The grenade, though, catches him out. He can't quite back up.
Yeah, this is all about Team Pacman having to hold on to this Pentagram from the side, keeps his life, tries to extend the play a little while longer, and he's got help around the outside. Slack there is a part of it. He's in a little bit of trouble, though. Enable gets the full clear, no trade onto him, so B flag stays neutral for now. But again, this bell tower position has always remained in favor of Team Aches, and that's how they keep getting back over towards this B flag so swiftly.
Yes, Crimzix and Aches both rotate through there frequently with those ARs, and they're able to really have impact on either A or B if it's required. Incendiary drone's thrown down, but there's an Aegis shield in place. Pentagram gets credited with putting pressure down on that. It's going to be Aches with the grenade.
So good.
This is big. Pentagram, that's absolutely dirty. Purifier popped here, but there's a lack of targets, safe to say.
The thing is, the timing of that is brilliant because you deal with the Aegis and now you can stop any rotation in. This is win condition. There's not enough time really here for Team Pacman just to hold on to one flag. You had a moment of triple capture also in play over towards A. So now it's got to be for Team Pacman. They need to get at least some presence on all three zones if they want to have a chance of getting into this game.
Yeah, it looks like maybe even flipping the spawn somewhat here. Team Pacman able to swoop in, pick up both A and C respectively. Pentagram and Aches there just trying to deliberate which site they're trying to hit for the time being. Over towards C might be the case. Pentagram sees 2 targets though. JCap able to elude him for the time being, but not for much longer. It'll be traded out. Here on Crimsix trying to hold on to B. He stays off Pacman, but it's traded as well.
Yeah, it's just at this point, it has to be a triple capture pretty much the entire way through. The gap is still over 100 points. It's almost getting to the point where mathematically it's just not going to be possible. And inside of a minute, we will not see the full in-game mercy rule come through. There's the Medico Supremo, and oh boy, Slack is just so healthy. Rips him down the outside lane. And with only 25 seconds remaining and the lead being where it is, Team X are looking good for the 3-0.
Tommy coming out of that collision without a scratch. Insurance policy is intact. That is filthy from Slack. Able to run down his opponents, of course, with that Levitate Ultra. He's far from done. 1 health, top him back up. He's good to go, son. Look at all the kills you can fit inside this baby. JCat can't even stand up. As Slacked is cutting him to pieces.
Oh, just a victory lap here. Slacked absolutely shredding through Team Pacman. A 3-0 in the series. Revenge not going to be served here. Team Aches take a 2-0 overall when it comes down to their head-to-head versus Team Pacman, but this one convincing from start to finish.